All right, I'm back. I have no idea what time it is, so let me look real quick. All right. We are on part 9. Part 9, and we're gonna be here for a while. Okay, so this is the maroon mottling, and because we're going to have this out, this color out, we are going to use it again for creases and and we're going to go into the nostrils again, the ears, eyeliner if the eyes are closed. We're going to add some more depth to everything. So I think my mottling, my creases are okay. Excuse me. But I might go over a couple of them. So we're going to mix it up the same. We're going to do our 1/2 teaspoon of water, of distilled water, our emulsion, so the paint will stick. And then your maroon, color that you want to use. Now this one, it's dark, but it doesn't come out dark when we're using it. So I have a couple of more here of different brands. This is the one I usually use, but it's about all gone. And it's equivalent to the red 02. And then there's Apple Barrel is Tuscan Red, and it's a maroon, darker color, although this one is darker. And then I got a Folk Art burgundy, true burgundy, which this is more of a lighter shade, so I don't know. What does this look like? I kind of like the Folk Art one. We will try that one this time. And just put those. They're all in the same hue is what I'm thinking. So we're going to take our brush and we are going to do a full brush, both sides of the brush, and mix it in there. See, and it looks like the same color as the other one. That white emulsion dulls it down a lot. It like makes it lighter colored. I guess you could mix a little bit of black in with it and it'll make it darker. Make sure you mix the paint up really well because it'll have like little floaties in there, and you want to make sure that you get those out. And so I don't like, see, it's really light colored and I want it dark. So I'm going to add some more. It's a trial and error, really, on how you want the colors to look. Just know that if you're doing what I'm doing and you got that paint emulsion stuff, it's going to make the color lighter than what you want. See, it's coming off as maroon, but it's not this dark maroon, you know? And I have black, but I don't know if I want to mix it with black. We'll just have to see how it comes out, if I like it or not. But I'm not doing a preemie, so that's what I'm getting hooked up on, is because preemies are darker. And here's, I've got 2 different sponges. One has bigger holes than the other one, so I may use both of those. Now these are the sponges that I use for mottling, and they are the Whispers Jumbo Cosmetic Latex Free, and I got mine on eBay. My store used to carry them, but they don't carry them anymore. So you're gonna take a tweezer, use my good ones, and you're gonna pluck out holes. Now, I really like the roundness of the round ones, you know, and that's why I bought that, but I can't get it to cooperate, and I'm not gonna ruin it all for an experiment. So I just want to show you how to do this. So you're going to take the tip of the tweezer, you know, because they're angled. You want to take the tip and just go in and pluck some out. And you can do them close together, a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. It really depends on you and what you like. Whoops. So, and it'll look like that. So that's how you do it. This person that made these used a hot, like a tip of a glue gun or a tip of a soldering iron, and put the holes in it. That's what I'm thinking they did. But I have not been able to get this right, so let's try the red on here. See, I can see it on the paper, but because it's water, it's soaking down into it. You know what I mean? Oh, that looks good. We'll try it. We will try it. If not, then I'll go to my regular ones. Let's put this back on. You don't want paint everywhere. Okay, so let's try the back of the neck. We'll add a bunch. It's just sopping the inside of this. So we will try it and see. See, it's not coming out on the, it's coming out on the paper, but it's not coming out on the doll. And I don't know why. And it's making me upset. I tried it. It just, I'm gonna have to play around and try to figure it out and see, maybe the holes are too small. I don't know, but we will use my old-fashioned one that I have. And you just put it on there, and then you just put it where you want it to be. And I do it until it runs out of water. See? And you want to sop that up. And to that a sponge that we haven't used, and just sop up the water. And when you're doing this in person, you'll know what I'm talking about, is the pools of water. See, right there, pick that up. Okay? Because if you don't do that, it is going to look awful. It's going to have those awful lines, but it should, you still should be able to see the circles of stuff, you know. So we'll do the top. I'm gonna do a spot on the cheek because I like that, on the forehead. And you just just gonna dab it off. And you still should see what it left behind. Now you can leave it on for, I wouldn't leave it on too long, but for a minute, and then go back and take it off. See this right here? See how it still has those little water things? Well, if you don't take that off, it's gonna look awful. So I just dab it, and you still should see the circles. See? And that's what you do. That is what you do. Okay, so her head is done. So since I have her head in my hand, I am going to take another small brush, get it wet, dab it off, and I am going to go back through the creases on her ears, and I'm just going to fill that up. I'm just redoing what we did before, because this is a different color that I'm using, different shade, and it's just going to make the ear more in depth. So, and because we did the bigger holes on the head, we can do like one round of the bigger ones on the limbs, probably on the legs, and then do one with the smaller one. It'll look good. So now you're just gonna pounce this away, and you may need to get a dry brush to get inside these crevices. Which we're gonna have to do. Let's get so inside the ear we did, and it's a little bit more red than it was, and that's what we want. I'll do it compared to the other side. See, it's darker. We're gonna do that on this one. So while you're doing your mottling in this color, you can go back through your creases, your deep creases, and add more if you're not happy with it. And this is why I'm saying this is part 9, because it's gonna be by itself, because we're gonna talk. Okay. Okay, take the bigger brush and just sop that water up. Clean off the brush. That looks better. You see it, okay? And then we're still gonna go into the mouth. Do a line in the mouth, because she's closed mouth, so we want that lip and stuff defined. So we're gonna go in with that. We're also gonna put it back in her nose again. Just fill up the brush and put it inside the nose. Just fill it up. Just fill it up. I mean, most of her creases are fine. I like them the way they are. And you can redefine the little lips. And because the lips are we're gonna work with red to make a pink color. And so the lips will be really cute. So let's clean off the brush and get the lips in there. That's pretty good. And then we're gonna grab that wet in the nose. Make sure you don't touch the nose. There. So that's all I'm gonna do for the head. And you're gonna do the same thing to the rest of the limbs and everything. You're gonna go through and do your mottling, and then you're gonna get your brushes and decide if you want to change some of the creases or add more color, okay? So I'm gonna go offline, watch my movie, and do that, and then I will be back and show you how it looks. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the leg. I'm using both sponges on the leg. I did the other leg, so let's do this one. So I'm gonna put our paint on there, and we're just gonna dab in different spots. Okay, and we're gonna dab it off, and I will show you the holes. I call them holes. They're like honeycombs. And I will show you what it looks like. And hopefully you'll be able to see it. Don't know. Okay, let me see. Yeah, right here. And I don't know if you can see it. You'll see the little circles that we did. I mean, it's really light, but it's right there. See them? Okay, now we're gonna take the smaller one. Smaller holes, and do the same thing. Not in the same areas. Close, but not in the same areas. Okay, so you see all of the, see them? Okay, now we're going to dab them off. And when you're doing this in person, you can see them. You can see where they were, right? With the water specks, where the water was. And I'm hoping to show you, because I don't want it to set on the vinyl. It's red, and I don't want it to set on the vinyl too long, or I won't get it off. And I don't want that at all. Okay. All right. Now you can see it. See, it kind of looks like really red. There, you can see it there. You can see the veins that we did. It looks good. We're gonna do one more up here, because there's none up here. So we're gonna do a couple up here. Because when the skin, when the cloth is hooked on, we're not going to be able to see. Now when this is done and we put our flush layer on, it's just going to look like a really pretty skin tone. And we still haven't done the green or the yellow yet, but you can see it down here. You can see how well it's blended with the blue and everything. So there is that. Now, I didn't do the head. I gotta do the head, but the limbs are done. And I'm gonna go back through and do this, and I'll show you, and then we're gonna be done for part 9. And like I said, take your time and do your lines if you want lines. I did the head already on her head. I went in and did the nose and the lips again. And after you're done, before you start the next section, like right here, if you think the head or anything is too red, then you can mix up some green and put it all over it, and it'll tone down the red. That's why you need a color wheel, because the red, the opposite, is what you'd use to tone it down. And I believe it's green. There we go. Cute. Okay, so now we're gonna go back in with, I think I just did the big one. We're gonna do the small one. And I'm almost out of paint. And, which is about right. And I'm gonna go in with some smaller holes, smaller. See, this one is smaller. The holes are smaller. Dab it off. And you still should see where the roundness is on these. And like I said, you can set it for a minute, but I wouldn't set it too long because you got to get that paint off. Alright, so there's the back of her head. You can see all the mottling. And we're just at the red part, just at the red. But it's making her face feel more skin, you know? And this is the color it was in the beginning, and this is where we're at right now. Down here isn't really red right here. It's light, it's darker than this, but not like this. And that's fine. We can go back and fix that with a little bit of mottling on the end here. So it's not as clear, like toned. Okay, so I think I'm happy with all of that right now. And I'm happy with her face. I'm happy with her face. I'm probably going to use some more creasing on her hands because she's got fat little fingers and she's got little dimples right there, and I want to fill those in. So I'm going to go through and add those in. Add that in. I'm going to let it set. This is where I do want it to set a little bit. And I'll go over the knuckles a little bit more. Go over the knuckles a little bit more. And we'll just add a little bit more on there, and just on the knuckles. We'll just add a little bit more. Let it set for a minute. And if you're still not happy with it, just do it again. You know, you want it to kind of stick out, but not like a sore thumb. You know, I've seen some artists, they're so defined, like it's really dark, and I don't think I like that. I want it to blend in, you know, I want it to blend, but these deep creases need to be darker, these deep creases. So I will leave, you know, you just touch it up. Because you can always do more, but I don't, after using this red, I probably won't do more on the baby. Because that's fine. See, it's more defined now. Can you see it? It's more defined. And you just take your dry brush and clean off the water. She's still got some little creases on her fingers on the inside that I'll just touch a little bit. Because it disappeared. It blended in with everything else. So I'll do a little bit, you know, just so that it's a little pink on the knuckles, you know, but not totally like in your face just like that. I wouldn't leave it like that, you know. One, I don't like it that dark. You just gotta, I think that's pretty good, and for the most part, I think that's good. I'll go back and do this one again, because I still got red. So I'll fill up the little knuckles and the little knuckles on the hand. Add a little bit on the fingernails. You don't have to, but on the wrist. On the thumb. And then on the inside. And then those deep creases in the hand. So we got those on the outside and these on the inside. And like I said, you don't want it to stay on forever. Make sure you clean off your sponge, you know, just by doing that. And remember I said in the beginning, this is gonna change colors. It's gonna be a lot. So you just dab it off, dab the paint, and it should stick to it. And if you're still not happy with it, do it again. And you will be doing this for a little while. Take your time and do what you want. Okay, that looks good. Get rid of this wet, because we don't want splashes. Don't want splashes. Okay. We redid the knuckles. I don't know if you can see. We redid the knuckles. So that looks good. So everything looks kind of reddish right now because we're using a lot of red. But, and so that is it for the burgundy color. And we've only got that little bit left. And you can do some more mottling and use it up if you want, but you don't have to. We did that, so we're done with red. And we're done with what I'm gonna do anyway. I'm happy with how it's looking. So now we're gonna do green. So I will be back to show you how to do that. And that'll be part 10. Almost done with the mottling, and then we can do other stuff. Okay, because we're gonna end up making more red because we're gonna do capillaries and stuff like that. So we'll end up making more of that color. So rinse off your brushes for the next set. And thanks for painting with me, and we'll see you in the next one.